What if an artist, praised by princes and popes, had chosen instead a greater masterpiece, not painted on plaster or panel, but etched in humility, obedience, and radiant holiness? Today's Blessed is remembered not only for beauty on the walls of convents and chapels, but for a soul so transparent to grace that even his art became prayer. Hello, and welcome back to Saint of the Day. If you're watching on February 18th, today we honour Blessed Giovanni da Fiesole, known to history as Fra Angelico, the Dominican friar whose brush proclaimed the glory of heaven. Born around 1395 in the town of Vicchio, near Florence, he was baptised Guido di Pietro. From an early age he showed extraordinary artistic talent, but unlike many gifted men of his era, he did not seek fame or fortune. Instead, he entered the Order of Preachers, taking the name Fra Giovanni, Brother John. It was there that his vocation as an artist and his vocation as a religious became one. Fra Angelico did not paint for applause. Tradition tells us he would pray before beginning a work, and that he never took up his brush without first asking God's help. His sacred images were not merely decorations, they were acts of contemplation. When the Dominican community moved to the newly rebuilt convent of San Marco, Fra Angelico was entrusted with adorning its walls. In cell after cell, corridor after corridor, he painted scenes from the life of Christ, most famously, his serene and luminous Annunciation. These were not grand public spectacles. They were quiet invitations to prayer for friars walking silently through cloisters. His colours were gentle, his figures reverent. His angels seemed less imagined than remembered. Later he was summoned to Rome by Pope Eugene IV and would also serve under Pope Nicholas V, painting in the Vatican itself. Yet even amid papal courts and Renaissance splendour, Fra Angelico remained a humble friar. It is said he wept when painting the Crucifixion. He refused opportunities for higher ecclesiastical honours, preferring obedience and the hidden life of his order. To him, art was not self-expression, it was proclamation. The mysteries of Christ, the purity of Our Lady, the glory of the saints, these were his true subjects. Fra Angelico died in Rome in 1455. He was buried near the Dominican church of Santa Maria sopra Minerva. Centuries later, in 1982, he was beatified by Pope St. John Paul II, who called him a model not only for artists, but for all who seek to unite beauty and holiness. Blessed Giovanni da Fiesole reminds us that sanctity is not confined to pulpits or martyrdoms. Holiness can shine through talent surrendered to God. A brush can become a prayer. Colour can become contemplation. Beauty can become a path to heaven. In a world that often glorifies the artist, he glorified the Creator. Blessed Giovanni da Fiesole, Fra Angelico, pray for artists, for Dominicans, and for all who seek to make their lives a masterpiece for God. Thank you for joining us today. Please like, share and subscribe to Orbis Catholicus for more Catholic saints, prayers and devotions. Comment below your favourite saint and stay tuned for tomorrow's Saint of the Day. God bless you.